Welcome back in my podcast, and we are going to speak about 10 places to visit when you come here to Alexandria. What you should visit? I guess there's a lot of places really you have to see, because Egypt is not only about the three pyramids and the sea and Alexandria Library, but especially here in Alexandria, there's so much to see, really. But most of the foreigner doesn't know about it. So I will give you 10 tips, which I guess are the most important, and I'm sure if you will go there, you will enjoy yourself so much. So let's go on. My first point, which I will recommend you, or my first place which I will recommend you, is a Pompeii Pillar. Well, I will not tell you the history of the Pompeii Pillar because this you can find on the internet very easy, but I will better speak about my personal experience because the Pompeii Pillar, it was something which I wanted to see so much since the first day I arrived to Egypt. But the people around me was telling me it's nothing, it's not interesting, like what I will do there actually. They told me it's just a ruin. So I was saying like okay, but I get there actually after 8 years. Yes, 8 years of being in Alexandria. I get to the Pompeii Pillar and I was so amazed. It was so beautiful, really. I have to say it's much more beautiful than the Alexandra Library for me. Wow, you have to go there. The pillar is actually one of the biggest pillar in Egypt, and truly it amazed me because it's straight like in the middle on such a small hill, let's say, and when you have the sun against it, it's really so magical. The view is amazing. But it's not only about the pillar. Beside the pillar is a city, an ancient city which they found now like under the land, and they discovered it, and now you can go inside. So I went there and we saw the place, like an ancient library and like ancient mosque, like the place where the ancient Egyptian was praying and worshipping actually a cow. There was the statue of a cow, original one actually, so you could see everything. And it was beautiful, really, because the house itself, it was underground nowadays, but of course the house had so many ways and it was like a labyrinth. You could lose so easy, really. And I was just thinking when I went underground, if someone close on us, so we will die there. If there is no light, we will never find a way out. It just made me like amazed how they was able to manage it. And even they made in the wall, everything was from stone, of course, and like a bookshelf from a stone. It was really very beautiful. I wish to have this one at home. But however, this place I recommend you. Of course, there is nowadays for tourists, you can buy a postcard and a pen with the ancient Egyptians and so many things, even clothes, t-shirt, wallet. But just I will warn you, for the foreign people, not for European only, of course for all foreign people, it's kind of expensive. You can find it much more cheaper in the middle of Alexandria. This is just for the tourist people who doesn't know about other place. So if you wanna buy these things from the foreign, I will recommend you another place, but later on. Okay, second thing which I will recommend you is Alexandra Library itself, of course, but I want really warn you a little bit, because my first time when I was there was for sure like 1 week after I arrived to Alexandria. This was something I have to see simply, and I imagined it like they will keep it in the style of the ancient Egyptians also, but they didn't. The Alexandra Library, of course, has a historical part, but they are keeping it really like a new for the students nowadays and for the people. They are really using the library. And it amazed me even that there wasn't so much books in other languages, Okay, English there was, I remember Italia, Latin, but Germany, I guess some book, but it's just like always like 2-3 books, not that much as I really imagined. And I guess the really old papers which I wanted to see, it's not possible to see, they have it hidden. But it's very big and of course very beautiful, and a lot of people make there a seminar and they are studying there, so it's really, they are really using the library, which is good. I really support it, but on the other side I wanted to see really the ancient way a little bit, which I didn't see. But if you go there, you can walk across all the library. Of course, it's for money, okay, I'll tell you, honestly. But the interesting thing about the Alexandra Library is that the library is connected to a complex with the universities. So if someone studied the university, there is a bridge. So from the university, you can cross the bridge to the right to the Alexandra Library without waiting in the crowd and paying extra money. So this is very good for the students. This is really like amazing system. And of course, in front of the Alexandra Library, you have the statue of Alexander Great, and there is a small square, and on the square is the sun clock. I hope it's calling so, sun clock, and it's working really good way till now. Yeah, but on this place you will meet a lot of people who speak English and different languages, so there is no problem if you wanna speak freely to be foreigner. No one will actually care. Okay, let's move on a little bit quicker. The third place is Montaza. It's actually a park, very big park. So I remember when it was a bad weather and I wanted to go to this park, so we took the car and we took the walk by car in the Montaza. It's really extremely big. And the Montaza, you have everything. You can sit on the grass, you can go swim to the sea, and there is even a Montaza Palace, which they are using also till now for very important people, of course. And there is, and pay attention now, the ancient lighthouse, one of the 7 wonders on the earth, but it's actually rebuilt already. Okay, the true one was much more bigger, of course. This is a smaller, but it's destroyed actually. It's big pity, because it will be so beautiful. It doesn't work, but you can see it, you can take a photo there, everything. I recommend you to see it. Number 4, Citadel of Kadbai. Alexandria has only one citadel, and this citadel has a really huge history. This is even the point when Napoleon Bonaparte came to Alexandria, the citadel. No ship is able to pass to the Alexandria, only cross this place. And on this place, it's like a castle, let's say, for you. You can go inside and you will see everything like in castle and the history. And you can go even on the roof of the citadel, and you will see the sea from up. And also up on the roof, this is one interesting thing which no one will tell you so much. They was using a bus. Okay, so imagine some empire was watching your enemy while he was taking the bus up on the roof of the citadel. It's really perfect idea. And I also recommend you, beside the citadel is a museum of the sea, and there you can see a true mermaid. So go see it. It's actually scary a little bit. I saw it, but it's worth to see it. And before the citadel, there is a lot of sellers who will try to sell you the ancient Egyptian things like a statue, pen, papyrus, and so on. Also very expensive, so also if you can avoid to buy from there, do it, because it doesn't have such a value as they want for. Well, number 5, a Roman theater. This is my favorite place, and I will tell you why. Because the first time I was there was also really 8 years ago, and it was absolutely destroyed. It was destroyed, no one cared about it. We entered, we found just one, two workers who was like caring about it, and it was for £1 the entrance. And I remember till now that I was telling to my husband actually that this place has its own magic, and it will be so beautiful if they repair it and start to use it really. Because I remember when I went there, so all the people, the Egyptian around me, was laughing at me that why I wanna go to such a place, like I'm the stupid one. And in that time, I remember I saw on the land some pharaonic statue, really has a big value, and my husband was telling me take one to home, no one will care, but I was like shy, so I didn't do it, and I regret it till now. Because what happened, I don't know if God listened my wishes or what happened, but they really repair it, and nowadays it's really for a tourist people, and it's so expensive. Imagine now I will pay like £40 to enter. £40, and I was paying £1. And it's so crowded, so many people, so I do not like it anymore nowadays because of the people. But of course, I was there when they repaired it, and there's a million of workers now, and the army is checking it even if no one destroys it to really protect it. And also, beside the Roman theater, they found actually a city, a Roman city, and they are still repairing it. I think I will go to see it this year, so I will then let you know. But first they're repairing it. But really pity. I love it maybe more when no one cared about it and I could do whatever I want. Because I remember in that time I went in the Roman theater to a places which is forbidden now. And it's really pity. Okay, number 6, zoo. Alexandra Zoo. We have a lot of jokes about Alexandria Zoo. Mostly Egyptians are saying that in the zoo we have only monkey. I have to say it's something what was really true. There is so much monkey in the zoo. But you can see even other animals. Of course, lion and tiger. We had before even elephant, but what I listened that he died, so it's not there anymore. But really, it's nice zoo. Before, the 8 years ago, it was absolutely destroyed. Then I remember like 3 years ago they repaired it, and nowadays it's again like falling apart, it seems to me. So the zoo is changing, one day up, one day down. But there is a place for children where they can play and enjoy together. So if you go there, it will be a really nice day. But get ready, it will take you all the day to cross the zoo and the playground for children, of course. But I recommend it to see it. Number 7. Antonia. Wait, I did it wrong, of course. Antoniades Garden, yes. If you are watching me on Instagram, so like 5 months ago, I was putting a lot of photos from this place because it's beside the zoo, and it was as a botanic garden before. Okay, nowadays it's not anymore, but it's really extremely big, and it seemed to me that it has some point of a Versailles if someone of course care about it. But the pity is that no one really care about it, and there's even the grass and trees could be really so beautiful, but it's full of rubbish. The Egyptian doesn't care about this place so much, and I hope now for this place it will happen as with the Roman theater, that God will now listen to my wishes and they will start to repair it. But I hope not for so big money, because really this could be really perfect for the families. So much. Number 8, Jewellery Museum. Yes, Jewellery Museum is very near to the San Stefano, if you know, or beside Gleam, if you know. and it's amazing. It's really awesome. This museum is from King Farouk and his Queen Farida, and the jewelry there is really original and so beautiful, and the family actually own it still today and they care about it. It's really luxury place. You can say it's like a museum with jewelry, with the gardens in front of it, so you can have a rest there after. But I love to go there really, because you will learn there so much from the Egyptian history, really so much. And of course, me as every woman, I love the jewelry, at least to watch it. Even I wish I can take it, of course, but I can't. But really, it's awesome. You have to go there. Well, and number 9, I'd recommend Mamura. What's Mamura? It's actually a park, it's a Montaza, as I was speaking before. But this park is on the sea. So it's let's say a small, closed complex on the sea. And I love this place because a woman can be more free there. They can ride a bike there, they can play football there, or a ping pong, or whatever they want. And of course, if the children can run there freely, there's a lot of places you can buy sandwiches and drinks, so you have there actually everything. And this place is important for me because when I had my wedding here in Egypt, so after the wedding we went to walk there to this place, and I remember it was at night, because I told you before that Egyptian weddings are only at night. So I remember how the moon was shining to the sea with the stars, and the sea was very calm and beautiful. So I have really so good memory for it. Even after I was there with my friends to enjoy the time. And also I have so amazing memory on it, because you're sitting in front of the sea and watching for the precious stones of the sea. And then I remember I took the bus from there to the Gleam directly, and it was a bus like in Europe, so it was also beautiful. Yeah, really, this place is so calm and so good for fun, for the woman especially. Number 10, I will recommend San Stefano. This is the only thing which is not historical. And what San Stefano is actually a mall full of luxury shops, but I will recommend it for you as a foreigner. Why? Because anything you need to solve you will find on this place, and the people are supposed to speak very fluently English and to help you. Just take care. I know there is just one shop, expensive shop with a food, where the cheapest thing there is a bottle of water, small bottle of water, for 50 Egyptian pounds. So please, you can buy this for 2-3 pounds in normal shop, okay? Just be aware of this shop with food, but otherwise really everything. As I told, clothes, food. If you need to withdraw money, so there's a lot of bank machines which are working, actually should be working all the time. Also, cinema is there, simple and normal shop as you are used from your country, I will say. I personally do not like a mall, but this is actually a special mall because it's, let's say, in the middle of the Alexandria and the biggest building, and it's even a hotel with 4-season hotel. A lot of famous people are living there, so it's a very important place, and it's directly on the sea, so you cannot miss it. So just remember, if you have any problem in Alexandria, you need to solve it, you will solve it there in this building. That's why I will speak about it at the end. Well, 20 minutes. Well, this podcast wasn't that long as usual, but I guess it's enough. I told all the important points which I want to tell you, and I guess my next podcast will be again with some woman and the story of Egypt. So I will wish you now good night because now it's night. Okay, if you listen this at morning, so I wish you a happy day and looking forward on you in another podcast. Okay, bye.